It looks like GloRilla might have found herself in trouble again. New footage involving the Memphis rapper and a police officer has just dropped, and it's sending shockwaves everywhere.
What are we doing?
Turn around for me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take the tip. I'm gonna take the tip.
That doesn't change anything. You still are going to be arrested.
Apparently, GloRilla got into a heated confrontation with the cop. So what exactly happened, and how bad did things really get? We've got all the details, let's break it down. GloRilla's Criminal Chronicles and Legal Nightmares. Yo, when you're rising up from the trenches to become one of hip-hop's hottest commodities, the streets don't just let you walk away clean. For Gloria Hallelujah Woods, better known as GloRilla, the transition from grinding in Memphis healthcare to becoming a Grammy-nominated rap queen has been anything but smooth sailing. The first time GloRilla found herself on the wrong side of the law wasn't some petty street beef or studio drama. It was a classic case of making moves while impaired. On April 16, 2024, around 4 a.m. in Suwannee, Georgia, Gwinnett County, Shorty got pulled over for allegedly making an illegal U-turn at a solid red light. What started as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into something way more serious when the boys in blue noticed she wasn't moving right. The body cam footage that dropped later tells the whole story of a young queen caught slipping between her rising fame and some seriously questionable decision-making.
I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay.
All right. How many drinks did you have today?
I'm cool. I ain't drunk or nothing.
Real talk, the conversation got heated quick when the officer peeped that her eyes were watery and bloodshot, plus he could smell that loud and alcohol on her breath. The interaction got even more tense when GloRilla tried to pull the "Don't you know who I am" card, a move that never ends well when you're dealing with the cops.
Yeah, I'm on your TV.
Ma'am?
I said I'm on your TV.
On my TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
So get this over with because I'm not drunk.
All right.
This whole exchange became a perfect example of how fame can make you feel untouchable, even when you're clearly caught up in some foolishness. The field sobriety tests that followed were a straight-up disaster. She tried to walk the line and stand on one leg, but was stumbling all over the place and failed every test. When they asked her to blow in the breathalyzer, she said hell no. The body cam showed her asking if the officers knew who she was, but at least she kept it respectful throughout the whole ordeal. When they searched her whip, they found weed and an open bottle, which just added more charges to her growing list of problems. The arrest went down swift and hard.
Turn around for me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take the tip. I'm gonna take the tip.
That doesn't change anything. You still are going to be arrested.
For what? Okay. You don't have any proof on me.
No, ma'am, I do. Okay.
She got booked from 6:12 a.m. to 9:41 a.m. at Gwinnett County Detention Center, posted a $1,956 bond, and bounced the same day. The charges GloRilla was facing weren't no joke. Each one could have seriously messed up her bag and her freedom. The DUI alone was looking at up to a year locked up and fines up to $1,000 plus losing her license. The open container could add another $200 fine, and the traffic violation could bring fines up to $1,000 and points on her record. When you refuse the breath test in Georgia, they automatically suspend your license for 3 years depending on your history. What's really wild about this case is that it's still hanging over her head. As of July 2025, nobody's heard about any resolution. No conviction, no plea deal, nothing. Legal experts say DUI cases in Georgia can drag on for months, especially for first-timers. But the silence around GloRilla's case suggests either some behind-the-scenes negotiations or they're keeping it on the low. But that April 2024 DUI was just the warm-up for the real legal storm that was coming. The events that went down in July 2025 would put her in a situation that had everybody questioning not just her judgment, but how the system really operates when it comes to priorities. It was late Saturday night, 1:30 a.m., when 3 suspects ran up in GloRilla's crib in Forsyth County, Georgia, metro Atlanta area, while she was out in Indianapolis performing at the WNBA All-Star Game halftime show. The irony was crazy. While she was out there entertaining thousands celebrating women's sports, some grimy individuals were violating her personal space, probably knowing she wouldn't be home. Her family members were at the house and got traumatized when these clowns came through stealing expensive jewelry and other valuables. When things got real, one of the armed occupants started blasting, making the suspects bounce without anyone getting hurt. The police did a whole search but couldn't find these dudes, and the burglary investigation is still ongoing with forensic evidence collected. What happened next had the whole hip-hop community heated about law enforcement priorities.
While they were searching the unit to see what was taken and just figure out the crime scene, they smelled a strong odor that was consistent with illegal narcotics narcotics. And as a result of that, the Linear Regional Drug Task Force was contacted and responded to the residence.
While investigating the break-in, the deputies smelled that sticky icky and called in the drug task force. They got a search warrant and found a significant amount of marijuana, over 1 ounce, reportedly up to 2 pounds, in the master bedroom closet, plus some THC wax, a Schedule on controlled substance. GloRilla's legal team disputed how much they found, calling it small.
This was a small amount of weed. This wasn't 10 pounds. This wasn't 20 pounds. It was an ounce, almost an ounce of weed, and she wasn't home.
The charges they hit her with were straight up devastating. Under Georgia law, having marijuana over 1 ounce is a felony that could get you one. 10 years locked up and fines up to $5,000. The Schedule I controlled substance charge, probably that THC wax, carries even harsher punishment. 15 years in prison and fines up to $100,000. GloRilla turned herself in on July 22nd, 2025, got charged with 2 felonies, posted a $22,260 bond, and was back on the streets the same day. The Hood's reaction was swift and furious. GloRilla took to the timeline to express her frustration. Crazy! My house got home invaded Saturday, and instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focus on some cannabis. Long story short, my house gets home invaded, and I'm the only one that gets arrested. Her legal team came out swinging hard. Her lawyers, Drew Findling and Marissa Goldberg, called the arrest a disturbing window into how warped law enforcement priorities have become, arguing they diverted resources from the violent crime to focus on minor drug possession. They emphasized that no arrests were made for the violent home invaders, while GloRilla, who was the victim, ended up in cuffs. Forsyth County Sheriff Ron Freeman clapped back with a statement acknowledging that the homeowner is a victim of a serious crime, but police have to uphold and enforce the law in all aspects. This response just made more people heated about the backwards priorities of the justice system. These criminal cases are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to understanding the complex pressures GloRilla faces as she navigates her rise to stardom. But the legal drama is only one part of her story. The personal relationships and public feuds that have defined her journey through the hip-hop landscape reveal even deeper challenges about loyalty, trust, and survival in an industry where your closest allies can quickly become your biggest enemies. Feuds, friends, and fallouts. GloRilla's web of hip-hop drama. In the cutthroat world of female rap, where loyalty is rare and betrayal comes with the territory, GloRilla has been caught up in more relationship drama than a reality TV show. Her journey through the messy landscape of hip-hop friendships reads like a hood soap opera, complete with backstabbing besties, social media wars, and reconciliations that leave fans wondering who's really riding with who. The streets don't just watch your moves, they dissect every friendship, every fallout, and every time someone switches sides. The most devastating hit to GloRilla's personal circle came from the one person she trusted most, her day one homegirl, Gloss Up. Their friendship was the kind that hip-hop legends are made of. 2 Memphis queens rising together from the bottom, supporting each other through the struggle. But when success entered the picture, that bond got tested in ways that would expose the ugly truth about how money and fame can poison even the realest connections. GloRilla and Gloss Up were once tighter than tight, collaborating on tracks like Best Friend, 2023, and even getting matching BFF tattoos on their thighs. These weren't just industry friends posing for the cameras. They were genuine sisters who had each other's backs when nobody else was checking for them. But as GloRilla's star started shining brighter, the cracks in their friendship became impossible to hide. The first signs of trouble started bubbling up in mid-2024 when subtle tensions began showing up in interviews and on social media.
I don't know. I think like Glo, she don't understand me, but probably because she not a mother.
Really?
Yeah. But it been like that for a little minute. But
Yeah.
she probably feel like I'm supposed to be doing better than what I'm doing. Like the shit I do, she don't do. Like
She wants to push you to be.
yeah, but I don't listen, so I know that shit, the fact that I don't listen could be frustrating to her.
This moment showed the growing distance between the two, with Gloss Up feeling judged and misunderstood by someone who used to have her back no matter what. By June 2024, Gloss was fighting back tears in an interview after GloRilla couldn't get her into a Megan Thee Stallion show, showing how their relationship was deteriorating. The pain in her voice was real, as she struggled to keep it together while talking about their friendship falling apart.
I don't even want to go in no more. Like, it don't even make sense to go in. Because I missed the big shit. I be wanting to see them come out.
Gloss tried to play it off in July 2024, denying any major fallout but admitting they weren't as close as they used to be. The situation reached a breaking point when the real tea about their split got exposed. The main issue came down to Gloss allegedly snitching to JT, a QC label mate, about GloRilla's plan to have her jumped, which led to serious accusations of betrayal. This wasn't just about personal loyalty. This was about business, label politics, and the complex web of relationships that control the hip-hop industry. Gloss Up was signed to Quality Control Music, QC, but got dropped in late 2024, and some people think that contributed to the tension between her and GloRilla. The timing of her label problems coinciding with their friendship breakdown created a perfect storm of personal and professional betrayal that had the streets talking. The public fallout reached its peak in July 2025, when GloRilla's dancer and friend exposed the whole situation on social media, calling Gloss a traitor and connecting it to her QC loyalties. The social media war that followed was brutal, with accusations flying and former friends putting all their business in the streets for everyone to see. Gloss Up responded emotionally in a July 2025 interview, denying that she was jealous, but admitting that the distance between them was real. The hurt in her voice was obvious as she tried to explain her side of the story, but the damage was already done. A friendship that once represented the best of hip-hop loyalty had become a cautionary tale about how success can destroy even the strongest bonds. But GloRilla's relationship drama didn't stop with Gloss Up. Her complicated situation with Megan Thee Stallion showed how quickly things could get messy in the music industry, even between artists who seemed to genuinely support each other. GloRilla and Megan Thee Stallion had successful collaborations on Wannabe 2024 and toured together on the Hot Girl Summer Tour, building what looked like a solid friendship. However, their relationship hit a major snag in May 2025 over what seemed like an innocent social media mistake. The drama started when GloRilla reposted an inspirational quote on Instagram stories with Tory Lanez's song Weedy LR playing in the background, and Lanez was the dude who was convicted of shooting Megan in 2020. The timing and song choice couldn't have been worse, making it look like GloRilla was throwing shade at someone who had shown her nothing but love. The fallout was immediate and very public. Megan unfollowed GloRilla and archived a birthday tribute she had posted, sending a clear message about how she felt about the perceived betrayal. The hip-hop community watched in real time as another female rap friendship appeared to crumble over social media misunderstandings. Fortunately, this particular drama had a relatively quick resolution. GloRilla clarified that it was an innocent repost, deleted it, and they re-followed each other within 24 hours. GloRilla's public statement read, "Ion Internet, and I don't do mess. It was an innocent repost, y'all BSN." Perhaps the most complicated and ongoing situation in GloRilla's relationship history involves her up and down connection with JT from the City Girls. This relationship has been marked by public beefs, alleged physical altercations, and temporary reconciliations that keep fans constantly guessing about whether they're cool or not. GloRilla's relationship with JT and City Girls started out positive, but turned messy in 2023 to 2024, with rumors of a physical altercation at the VMAs and online exchanges. The rumors suggested that GloRilla allegedly threw a drink or purse after JT snubbed her at the October 2023 VMAs, though both sides initially denied any physical confrontation. The situation got heated in April 2024 when GloRilla's song 8 mentioned slapping rap B asterisks, and JT fired back online, confirming that some kind of altercation had happened.
She said, "I just pray one day all the bad bitches come together. Cause Cardi and Nicki on the track will break some records. Me and JT ain't the best of friends, but we ain't beefing."
JT's response was swift and direct, as she felt like GloRilla was playing both sides by acknowledging their issues while simultaneously trying to appear diplomatic. The exchange that followed was typical of modern hip-hop beef, with both artists trading shots on social media while their fan bases chose sides and amplified the drama. However, in a surprising turn of events, the two managed to squash their beef.
No, I didn't come in wanting to get into it with nobody. But me and JT actually cool.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
GloRilla clarified that the beef was fan-driven and they made up by November 2024. The reconciliation highlighted a recurring theme in GloRilla's relationship dramas: the role that fan communities play in escalating and perpetuating conflicts between artists.
That's kind of the situation that we had. Like, it was the fans. Like, it was like super unnecessary. It was really free by the fans. You know what I'm saying?
This pattern of fan-fueled drama reflects a bigger issue in modern hip-hop culture, where social media amplifies every slight and misunderstanding into full-blown feuds. Artists find themselves trapped in cycles of having to respond to fan expectations and maintain street credibility while trying to preserve personal relationships and professional opportunities. All this relationship drama and social media warfare represents just one dimension of the challenges GloRilla faces as she navigates her career. But beyond the personal conflicts and Twitter fingers lies an even darker and more complex set of issues that have emerged throughout her rise to fame, from tragic events that have cast shadows over her performances to conspiracy theories that question the very foundations of her success. The hidden costs of GloRilla's stardom. The streets will teach you that success always comes with a price, but nobody really prepares you for the type of consequences that can follow when you're moving from the hood to Hollywood. For GloRilla, the glittering world of hip-hop stardom has been shadowed by devastating tragedies, political controversies, and conspiracy theories that reveal the darker side of fame. The most heartbreaking chapter in GloRilla's career went down on March 5th, 2023, at the Main Street Armory in Rochester, New York. What was supposed to be a celebration of hip-hop culture turned into an absolute nightmare that would forever change how the industry thinks about concert safety and crowd control. The show at the 5,000 capacity Main Street Armory featured GloRilla and Finesse 2 times, with about 3,900 people in attendance, under capacity, but still creating bottlenecks at the exits. Security was supposedly on point with 40 private guards, 15 venue staff, and 8 Rochester Police Department officers outside, looking like everything was set up properly for a regular concert.
One woman reported dead after a stampede at GloRilla's concert in Rochester. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, very sad.
So 9 people were trampled at GloRilla and Finesse 2 times concert in Rochester, New York, Sunday night.
The initial reports barely scratched the surface of what really happened, as what started as a sold-out show for about 3,900 attendees turned tragic when false rumors of gunshots sparked panic as the crowd was leaving, leading to a deadly crowd surge. The timeline shows how quickly things can go from celebration to catastrophe. Near the end of the show, around 10:40 p.m., about 200 people claiming VIP tickets pushed past security into the foyer, creating a traffic jam. Just after 11 p.m., as people were leaving, rumors of gunshots spread, possibly from stage effects, arguments, or just panic, and attendees rushed toward the main entrance, trampling others in the process.
MP started because a lot of people were saying that they heard gunshots. Now, when the first responders arrived to the scene, there were multiple people who were injured. However, after doing an investigation, they found that there were no gunshots.
This crucial detail would become central to understanding how misinformation and panic can create deadly consequences even when there's no actual danger. The human cost was absolutely devastating. 3 women died from injuries sustained in the crush, and at least 7 others were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. The victims were Rondijah Belton, 33, from Buffalo, Brandy Miller, 35, from Rochester, and Aisha Stevens Haskins, 35, from Syracuse. Each one had their own story, their own dreams, their own families left behind to deal with the pain.
Another person has passed away. This is the 3rd fatality. The young lady's name was Aisha Stevens. She's 35, of Syracuse, all right? Her death followed 2 other women who were caught up in the crush. They believe that they were, trampled and, because of the stampede.
The coverage continued as GloRilla tweeted condolences around midnight. "I'm just now hearing about what happened, WTF, praying everybody is okay." The investigation that followed revealed systematic failures that went way beyond the immediate tragedy. No gunfire was confirmed, and investigations attributed the chaos to unfounded fears, overcrowding in the exit area, and possible contributing factors like pepper spray or crowd size. Attendees called the venue a death trap with dummy cameras and no working surveillance, plus previous issues like a 2022 stage collapse and code violations for unauthorized uses. The aftermath was swift and decisive. The venue's license got revoked and it was closed indefinitely. The venue was sold for $550,000 later that month, but for the families of the victims, no amount of regulatory action could bring back their loved ones. Civil lawsuits followed, with Belton's family suing GloRilla, the venue, city, police, and fire department in March 2024 for negligence. Stevens' family, represented by Ben Crump, vowed to hold everyone accountable. The legal battles highlighted the complex web of responsibility when tragedy strikes at entertainment events. The Rochester Stampede cast a long shadow over GloRilla's career, raising questions about artist responsibility, venue safety, and the darker side of hip-hop's live performance culture. But this tragedy was just one part of the mounting controversies that would come to define her public image. In March 2024, GloRilla found herself caught up in another type of controversy when she got invited to the White House for a Women's History Month reception. GloRilla visited the White House on March 18, 2024, as part of a Women's History Month reception hosted by Vice President Kamala Harris.
Okay, so GloRilla was at the White House and she met with Joe Biden.
Joe Budden was there too?
Yeah, that'd have been cool if she met Joe Budden, but she met Joe Biden, and then she did some rounds of interviews. and she gave us a very famous speech that I'm sure people will be using.
The visit included enthusiastic posts on social media with selfies with President Joe Biden and Harris, plus a viral exchange where she said, "Yeah, Joe," and Biden responded, "Yeah, Glo." However, the goodwill from this historic visit quickly went sour when GloRilla appeared on CNN just days later. When asked about endorsing Biden for re-election or using her platform to encourage voting, she hesitated, saying it ain't got nothing to do with me, and emphasizing personal empowerment over politics. This response was widely seen as a snub, sparking backlash from some fans and media who thought it was ungrateful or politically naive, especially given the administration's outreach to young black voters. The political controversy highlighted bigger questions about celebrity endorsements, the responsibilities that come with White House invitations, and the expectations placed on young black artists to serve as political ambassadors for their communities. Critics argued that inviting artists like GloRilla represented a shallow approach to political engagement, while supporters defended her right to maintain political independence. Perhaps the most persistent and troubling aspect of GloRilla's public narrative has been the conspiracy theories that have attached themselves to her success like leeches. In an era where every successful black artist faces accusations of supernatural corruption, GloRilla has become a lightning rod for some of the wildest and most persistent conspiracy theories in hip-hop. Conspiracy theories linking GloRilla to the Illuminati or selling her soul for fame emerged shortly after her breakout success in 2022 with FNF Let's Go. These claims, typical of celebrity Illuminati rumors, allege she joined a secret society controlling the music industry, trading her soul for rapid rise, wealth, and influence. The evidence cited by conspiracy theorists is as varied as it is baseless. Conspiracy theorists point to symbolic gestures, covering one eye in photos, big glow rings interpreted as pyramid/all-seeing eye symbols, and hand signs like devil horns. Her name's religious connotations, Gloria Hallelujah implying a fall from grace, and her CMG label deal being interpreted as a pact. Social media posts have claimed everything from her physical transformations being ritual initiations to her legal troubles being punishment for speaking out against alleged puppet masters. GloRilla has consistently and forcefully rejected these allegations. In 2022, she responded to the accusations by saying, "Baby, y'all need to be worried about that pie y'all selling and not me. Y'all gotta chill out with the delusional seed." She later added, "Selling Rotel plates but worried about me and my damn soul TF." Using humor to deflect the absurd accusations while expressing genuine frustration with their persistence. The conspiracy theories reveal uncomfortable truths about how American society processes black success, particularly when it comes to young black women in entertainment. These theories may stem from envy of her success or systemic biases against black women in rap, reflecting broader cultural discomfort with black female autonomy and rapid achievement in traditionally male-dominated spaces. Her ongoing royalties disputes with Hitkid and contractual issues with CMG represent genuine industry problems that deserve scrutiny, but these concerns get overshadowed by sensational conspiracy theories. The August 2024 R-word controversy is yet another example of how quickly public opinion can shift in the modern media landscape. In August 2024, GloRilla faced significant backlash after previewing an unreleased song snippet containing the word retarded, a term widely regarded as a derogatory slur against people with intellectual disabilities. The controversy highlighted ongoing debates about ableist language in hip-hop, with fans and advocates criticizing the lyric as harmful and outdated. What distinguished this controversy from others was GloRilla's response. GloRilla responded swiftly by re-recording and sharing a revised version without the word, earning praise for her accountability. The quick resolution positioned GloRilla as responsive to criticism, particularly from black disabled communities who led the conversation to avoid racial biases in the discourse. The original controversial line was, "He, you must not know what you just started. Me and my B-teach retarded. Give a FK about this party. We gon' step on shot regardless." In the revised version, the line became, "He, you must not know what you just started. Me and my B asterisk titch go naughty. Give a FK about this party. We gon' step on asterisk regardless." The change was subtle but effective, maintaining the song's energy while addressing concerns. Unlike many artists who might have doubled down or deflected criticism, GloRilla's decision to re-record the song showed a level of maturity and social awareness that impressed even her critics. Ultimately, despite the challenges, GloRilla has continued to produce music and maintain her career momentum. Her ability to navigate these various controversies while continuing to release successful songs and maintain her fan base demonstrates a resilience that is often overlooked in discussions of her career. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.